Good morning, everyone. So, how are you today? So, I hope that you feel good. So, again, good morning, everyone. So, today I will be discuss about the validation and validity. So, what is validation? Validation is the process of collecting and analyzing evidence to support the meaningfulness and usefulness of the test. So, yung validation, ito yung nagpapatunay ng mga proseso sa pagsusuri ng mga ebidensya para po magbigyan ng suporta ang pakikinabang ng pagsusulit sa atin. So, what is validity? Okay, validity is the extent to which measures what it purpose to measure or rendering to the appropriateness, correctness, meaningfulness, and usefulness the specific decisions a teacher makes based on the test results. So, yung validity po, ito po yung mini-measure mo ang dapat mong i-measure o ang lawak na gusto mong sukatin na talagang angkop ang kahalagahan, kawastuhan o at kapakipakinabang na yung mga ginagawa ng guro batay sa test result. So, meron po tayong, there are three main types of evidences that may be collected. So, first is we have the content-related evidence of validity, and the second is criterion-related evidence of validity, and the third one is construct-related evidence of validity. So, here, let us talk about what is content-related evidence of validity. So first, we have content-related evidence validity. So it refers to the content and format of the instrument. So pag sinasabi nating content-related evidence validity, halimbawa, ang topic ko is all about subtracting integers. Ngayon, to sum up questions, andun ba lahat? Nako-cover ba lahat yung content about subtracting integers doon sa ginagawa kong instrument? So, that is content validity. So, in other words, it refers to the appropriateness of the content of an instrument. It answers the question, do the measures or questions observation or logs and etc. accurately the question, accurately assess what you want to know, and then does the instrument cover the end there? So I think it is the entire domain related to the variable or construct. So it was designed to measure. So yun nga, nandun ba lahat yung kailangan na idea or content sa instrument, okay? So, next is the construct-related evidence validity. So, it refers to the nature of the psychological construct or characteristics of being measured by the test. So, ito ay construction o mga katangian na sinusukat ng pagsusulit. So, mayroon ito siyang inferences. So, ano nga ba yung inferences? Inferences, ito yung mayroong data na sumusuporta doon sa conclusion mo. Doon na mayroong mga related literature na maaaring sumuporta doon sa findings o result na nakuha mo. Okay, understand? So now, let us proceed in obtaining evidence for criterion-related validity. So here, the teacher usually compares scores on the test question with the scores on some other independent criterion test, which presumably has already high validity. So, ito yung karaniwan na inihambing ng mga guro ang marka sa pagsusulit na ito. Ito ay ang pamantayan sa mataas na PISA. So, Gets? So next, we have the another type of validity is called predictive validity. Predictive validity, wherein the test scores in the instrument is correlated with scores on the letter performance and the feelings. Okay, dito sa predictive validity, ito yung na kung saan yung marka ng pagsusulit ay uugnay sa mga marka sa susunod na pagganap. Okay, ang halimbawa nito ng predictive validity is yung halimbawa, we have like for example the examination. So we have the first semester and second semester. Okay, di ba sa first semester is meron tayong midterm examination and final examination. So dito halimbawa sa yung hindi pa maibigay sa iyo yung exact or yung average na grades mo kapag hindi ka pa nakakapag-exam sa final examination. So dapat kailangan yung midterm examination or ang test result ng midterm examination mo is maibibigay po yan is kapag nakakapag-take ka na ng final examination. And then nandiyan na kung saan yung result ng test mo or yung result or yung grades na result mo sa midterm examination is naiugnay siya doon sa result ng final examination. That's why, sabi nga ng teacher, if halimbawa sa midterm examination is maliit yung nakuha mo na scores, so kailangan mong bumawi sa final para naman halimbawa kung mataas yung score mo sa midterm, so pag sa final is low siya, so parang balance na din siya na para hindi ka mabagsak. So maiugnay yung grades mo sa midterm at saka sa final. Dyan yun, pag binubuo yun siya, yung grades mo sa midterm at saka sa final, pag binubuo yun, na kung saan dyan ka na mabibigyan ng grades at saka dyan mo na malalaman kung ilan nga pa yung average mo. So, naiintindihan po. So, yun, any questions, any clarifications, any suggestions? Okay, if none, so yun lang po yung report ko. And thank you.